we would continue the previous video on the same day, so we did. And I know I have a big book here, but we're gonna read one page, okay? In a second. Okay, I found it. It's called The Spread of Chocolates. Okay, let's start. Chocolate is one of the world's best loved foods, as well as stuffing countless chocolate cakes, cookies, and desserts. We eat billions of chocolate bars every year. Yet it all comes from a nasty tasting bean. People probably first tried cocoa beans after they saw monkeys eating them from the cocoa tree. Okay, you know one thing, that cocoa beans actually used to grow on trees, but if it fell down from a tree on the ground, it grew to another cocoa bean tree. And even at that time, cocoa bean trees were used, and the cocoa beans were used as money. How precious. Bitter beans. Chocolate comes from the cocoa tree, which grows in tropical areas and bears pods full of hard bitter beans from about 2,500 years ago. The Mayans and Aztecs, people who lived in what is now Mexico, roasted cocoa beans and mixed them with water and spices to make a drink called chocolate. Chocolate or solitary. They thought it was the drink of the gods and used it in religious ceremonies. They also used the precious cocoa beans as money. Told you. But I told you that, remember that chocolate story which we already read? Nobody ate it and they just drank it. Okay. Now, we have this king. His name was Montezuma. Aztec Emperor Montezuma II loved sotal, chocolate drink, and drank it 50 times a day. 50 times a day. From a golden goblet, he called it the divine drink. Okay, I think this is really important. And believed it gave him strength and wisdom. Say, a cup of this precious drink permits a man to walk for a whole day without food. That's it. Okay, now we have 21. Spanish invaders. Now we come to Spanish. Coming from Spain. And of course Christopher Columbus was came. When the Spanish invaded Aztec lands in the 15th, they tried sotal too, but they called it chocolate. Chocolate? Who said chocolate? So very unusual for the male access. They didn't like the bitter taste, so they added sugar and heated it up. They had invented hot chocolates. They took cocoa beans, renamed cocoa beans, back to Europe, while drinking chocolate became very fashionable. Try with sugar, yeah, that's better. Okay, they all said that. But when the chocolate came back to Europe, people were crazy about chocolate in Europe. That was crazy. Okay, chocolate bars. By the 17th, special chocolate cafes had sprung up across Europe. Chocolate was very expensive, so only the rich and famous could afford it. For centuries, Europeans had their chocolate as a drink, just like the Mayans and Aztecs. Some bakers used it in cakes, but there was no such thing as a chocolate bar. In 1847, Francis Fry, who belonged to a famous family of chocolate sellers, decided to make solid chocolate you could eat. He heated smooth cocoa powder and fatty cocoa butter, both extracted from cocoa beans, and stirred in some sugar. When the mixture cooled, it hardened into chocolate powder. Now you have another thing like Montezuma, but this is chocolate chip. The Spanish grew cocoa beans and plantations plantations in Africa and shipped them to Spain in 1579. Pirates raided a Spanish ship thinking it was carrying gold. Instead, it was full of cocoa beans. The pirates thought they were sheep dropping, so they set fire to them. If they had known the truth, they could have sold the beans for a fortune. Silly sheep. Okay, now we're gonna have a super recipe of chocolates. Now this is how Fra exactly made it. Fra found a way to blend cocoa butter with cocoa powder to make a paste. First he did this, then this. He dissolved sugar into the wool mixture to sweeten it. Then he poured the chocolate into bowls to cool and harden, like this. Frank has designed the molds for the fries chocolate cream. It's still the same shape today. Now, chocolate explosion. The first chocolate bars were a bit chewy and gritty, but chocolatiers, chocolate makers, kept experimenting to create better and better chocolate. In 1853, the Fry family launched the chocolate cream, the first chocolate-coated candy bar. Milk chocolate was invented in 1879. In 1912, Jean Niles developed the hard chocolate shell, making chocolates with soft fittings possible. Jean Niles was a Belgian chocolate maker. New chocolate creations are still being invented today, and people are eating more chocolate than ever before. Okay, see you next time, or maybe tomorrow. Bye.